everybody and welcome to this week's video. I'm currently in the middle of 3 books, one of which I've been reading since August. So this week I am focusing on finishing those books, and unintentionally they are all fantasy books, so this is kind of like a read fantasy with me for a week. The book I've been in the middle of since August I actually no longer have a physical copy of because I'm getting new copies for Christmas of the newer covers of them because they're way nicer. And that is The Bridge Kingdom, which I am enjoying, but my over-ear headphones broke and I hate listening to audiobooks in in-ear headphones. It's a me thing, it's a me problem. I could have just powered through and listened to it anyway, but I had to wait and buy myself some new headphones. So I have them now, and I will be listening to the rest of that audiobook hopefully in the next 5 days. And then the other two, one of them I actually only started this weekend, intentionally, so I could read it for this video. But the other one is Rewitched, which has now popped up in I think maybe 3 or 4 videos. And I still haven't read any more of it. I'm on page... I'm on page 75. I thought I'd made it to page 100 and I haven't. And I am enjoying it. I just don't have the energy to hold a physical book right now. So I do intend to read this. It's obviously a cozy fantasy type thing by Lucy Jane Wood, and I'm not going to show it because I showed it in every single video I've mentioned this previously in, but I do have a personally signed copy of it, so I have to read it. And then finally, if you watched last week's video, you would know that I fully intended to read this whether or not I could get it in a video or not, and that is Shadow and Storm by Helen Shearer, the final book in the Legends of Thersmar series. I'm obsessed with this series. I'm obsessed. I love it. I've got special edition copies of the first 2 books on the way now, and I fully intend to buy the rest of the series when they're out in that cover. So I'm on page 106, and obviously this is on Kindle Unlimited, which is why I ended up picking this first. And I'm obsessed. I love it. So much has happened in the first 100 pages of this book. It's even in the first 30 pages, so much shit had happened. It's mind-blowing. So I'm very scared to see what's going to happen in the final 300 pages that I have to go, but I'm so excited, and I will be reading this first, so you'll hear from me again when I finish this, I guess. I have some updates to give. So I did indeed finish Shadow and Storm, and oh my god, what an ending. I'm utterly obsessed with this series, and I think that needs to be, I don't know, it needs to be like one of my main series associated with me from this point on, because I gave this a 4.5. This is my second favourite book in the series. It was just incredible. It was incredible. And I highly recommend. Obviously, as the final book in a series, I cannot tell you very much about what happens, but I can tell you, you need to read this. And I'm not joking, you need to read the whole series. And then my other update to give is that I'm now, 250 pages into Rewitched. I'm not enjoying this as much as I want to be. It took until page about 200 for it to start getting to a point where I was like, okay, I might want to keep reading. And it was very much up in the air whether or not I was going to DNF this. I am going to keep going because it is personally signed to me, so I don't really want to not read it properly. So hopefully I'm going to finish this today. I think it's sitting around a 3-star. I'm not loving it, but equally there's not really anything wrong with it. I just don't think it's my taste. But yeah, so that's my updates. I haven't had any time to listen to more of The Bridge Kingdom, so I'm very nervous about doing that because I'm now on Thursday and this goes out tomorrow, and I have 6 hours of audiobook left. So we'll see how I get on with that. We'll see. But yes, Rewitched is likely to get finished today, so I'll be giving you more updates when I have finished this. I haven't updated this in a very long time, and I fear that is how I started the last clip. But I have finished Rewitched, and I still have about an hour left on the audiobook of The Bridge Kingdom, but I'm fully confident a book is going to be a 4 or a 4.5 star. It's incredible. I'm so invested in the story. I think the romance is done extremely well. I'm living for it. I think I'm going to dive straight into book 2 as well, which I think is The Traitor Queen. I'm not sure though, because I don't have the physical books yet. I know I'm getting them for Christmas though, because I saw them arrive. But yeah, so Bridge Kingdom, confidently a 4 to a 4.5. However, Rewitched was such a disappointment. I really didn't enjoy this, and I can't quite put my finger on why. I just wasn't vibing with it, which is such a shame because it's signed and I really wanted to love this. And Lucy Jane Wood was such an adorable person to meet. She's incredible, but this was just not for me. Just not for me. I think I've explained it before, but this follows Bella, who has just turned 30. She's a witch, and she's basically threatened with them taking her witch powers away, because she's not using them the way they want her to be using them. Because she's not really doing much with, like, she makes a cup of tea with them, sort of thing. And this follows her training with her mentor, Artie, to try and prove that she can use her powers in the way they are intended to be used, if she so wanted to. And whilst I found the actual plot very interesting, I didn't want to be reading it. Like, you kind of knew what was going to happen, like, oh, she's going to get her powers, like, she's going to prove her point that she can use her powers, and she's going to still be a witch. And there was a romance shoved in here, and I just didn't get it. It wasn't for me. So I'm giving this a very generous 3 star. Very generous. It is borderline at a 2.5. But because I liked the characters, it's being a 3. That's my piece on this book. And then obviously, just to recap the start of the video, I did read Shadow and Storms, which is so good. I love this series. I think I've said this as well, but if you have not read the Legends of Thesmar series by Helen Shearer, read it. This is your sign. Read that series. It's incredible, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so you have no excuse. This was a 4.5. I'm obsessed. I'm never gonna stop thinking about these characters ever. Cal and Kip. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all that needs to be said. They are the best. They are the best. So that is the 3 books that I was in the middle of, and I have now finished, kind of. It will be, the Bridge Kingdom will be finished probably today, but I need to edit and upload this now. So yeah, it's gonna be finished by the time this video is out, probably. But that is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, please subscribe. I would love to hit 100 subscribers before the end of the year. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if I keep very subtly and very politely asking, it might. But that is it, and I will see you next week with, I think, my November wrap up. Bye.